Hey, Miss
Hey,
Demetria,
hey,
how you doing, guys?
good. How are you?
She's the woman. She's the woman in each of those videos that I played for you that said those things. So she's going to speak on whatever she wants to speak on that she said, and then I will bring y'all up here, and y'all can say whether you agree or disagree, and speak on what you heard in the video. So go ahead, Miss Demetria.
Ask me a question because you played one clip, you played another. So let's
Okay.
just dive right into whatever it is you want to tackle
Sure.
first.
Let's talk about the comments you
I'm
made in
42.
let's talk about the comments you made in part five. As far as you said there's a lot of women that expect men to do more when they give up the most sacred part of their body to them. And if you remember, um, we were saying that in the context of these people are dating each other. They're not in a committed exclusive relationship with each other. So I want to know why women expect more from men that they're not in relationships with, simply because they open up their legs for them.
See how you did that? So what he's doing is he's trying to get me to speak on a gold digger's mentality, and that is not me. So will the people who move about life please come in the box and don't be scared because you live in this way. You're a real person and they can come up. I don't move that way. So I can't speak for them.
Okay. Um. Yeah, you don't live that way. You don't move that
No.
way. So you can't speak as to. But why do you think? Why do you think they have that mindset? Like, where do you think? Do you think it was something that was taught by someone else, by another woman, or do you think that they're just in denial, like I was talking about? Do you think they're an in denial escort or an in denial prostitute? Like, why do you think? Because what I'm trying to understand is, if they find the man physically attractive and they want to sleep with the man, why are they expecting more after the fact?
Okay, so I we had a great discussion about this last night on the other night on your line, not last night but the night before. And I love what one of the panelists said. She said it's a reaction from women from getting abused and mistreated by men, and it has trickled down. So their mothers prior to them and grandmothers told them, well, you better get something out of the deal, because when things changed and the waters was muddied and you didn't appreciate how sacred it was for us to give our bodies, and you didn't appreciate how sacred your body is too as a male, and you started to discard people and treat women like inhumane, then women rose up and said, well, I better get something out of the deal. I better get something out of it. It's a reaction. We're natural nurturers. It's a reaction. With a
Okay.
woman, you can get the sunset, you can get the sun, but when the sunset is dark. With a man, it's the same thing. You can get the cold side or you can get the fiery side. You might want to stay neutral in the middle. That's just how human nature is. It's a reaction over time. So they're getting this ideology from grandmothers, cousins, aunties, who has power of influence in their life, whether it be TV, social media, um, friends that have overheard this conversation and they've been practicing in this and dealing in that sorcery, then but it's a real thing for people. Like, it's a lifestyle. It's engrafted in them. They don't see it no other way. We know
Right.
that they exist.
Right.
And it's almost unpleasant to meet people like that when you're pure hearted. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like your response to life and just the value of who I am is stuff. Like, the value of who I am, it does not equate to material things. Like, my value of what I'm doing is more than what you can give me. Now, I deal in I want you to genuinely want to do it for me. That means a lot to me.
Right.
Just to be genuine and want to do it, and vice versa.
I agree with you, and that's the thing, though. I not even I think, because I am a man. I can speak on this as a young man, and I think most men will agree what I'm about to say. Like
Yes,
like
Ken.
I like you said, how you said you want a man to genuinely do it for you. A man wants to genuinely do it for you as well. He doesn't want to feel like he doesn't want to get the vibes that you're trying to use him or that you're trying to extract something or extract things out of him. So at the end of the day, I don't care. I don't care if we're like, I don't care if we're sleeping with each other every single day. If we're not in a committed, exclusive relationship with each other, I don't think unless in the event, like I said the other night, unless in the event life happens, because life does happen and people need help. People need help every day, all the time. There's nothing wrong with needing help. Other than that, I don't think there should be any trying to test someone. I don't think you should be trying to play games with someone. I don't think any of that should be going on. But in the case that that is going on, you said in part 8 when I asked you, so is it okay if, the man is giving up the most sacred part of his body as well? So is it okay if the man asks the woman for money? Is it okay if he asks her to pay a bill or bills of his? And you said you personally see nothing wrong with that. Ladies and gentlemen, she didn't say that women shouldn't see
Listen to the
anything wrong with that.
context though,
Oh
because
yeah,
he's
she
clever
said
with his marketing.
yeah, she said that she personally doesn't see anything wrong with that. She said that she personally believes in reciprocation. So she said in the video, if y'all watch the video, she said that if a man did that for her once before, she wouldn't have a problem, in the event he needed help or for whatever the reason may be. She personally would not have a problem, returning the favor and reciprocating the same energy. So, ladies, would y'all or do y'all agree with that? Are y'all cool with reciprocating that energy? But yeah, speak on that. Speak on that, Mr. Michu.
Okay, so to add more context to that, and elaborate on that. Now, I did also say that in general, not all, but in general, most women like myself expect the man to do more because we automatically are wanting y'all to assume the position to be leaders, to cover, and all of those type of things. Now, if it comes down to it, if I'm having sex with someone, if there's casual sex involved, and we're not in an exclusive relationship, and this person has been there for me, because I'm not the type of person to ask. So this is only my situation. But I'm
Right.
not the type of person to ask. But if he sees something and he wants to cover, and he's like, "I'm going to do this for you because you mentioned something, and here you go, because I know you won't ask." I'm appreciate that. And then let's just say down the road he does something else genuinely, and I consider that being generous and kind. Okay. And then he has need of something, I will reciprocate that. That's the type of human being that I am. I don't see anything wrong with that.
Mm-hmm.
Or if he was vulnerable enough to say, I'm short on something, or I need a $20 extra on my haircut, babe. I don't want to have to go to the ATM. I don't want to have to do this, or I don't want to have to touch this money. Do you mind? I would say yeah. If there's already been reciprocation, but I do expect the man to do more. Let's be clear. That's me. That's my stance. I'm not representing all women, but I feel like it goes both ways. I feel like it goes both ways. Um, People, unlike myself, look at sex transactionally, and that is not who I am, and I don't subscribe to that. And that has been pushed on me when I was a teenager. That ideology was pushed on me, and I rejected it. I just couldn't bring myself to be like. So I made a conscious decision to go this route with this person, to be intimate with this person, to have sex with this person, and now, uh, I kind of feel kind of like, I don't know, like
You feel like a
that
prostitute.
it's
You feel like an
beneath me to do
escort.
something like that, and that it's making me feel like that's my worth. Whatever he gave me, that's my worth. So it was worth, because it's like telling him subliminally or indirectly, like, what you just gave me, we're even now. And I never wanted that to be translated in my actions, so I don't move that way. But some women, they gun for it. They like, girl, watch. This is what
Right.
I'm going to do. I'm going to finesse them. I'm going
Right.
on trips and all this
Right.
and that. And the intentions, the motives is what muddies the water. I could want the same thing. I could want to go on trips. I could want gifts. That could be my love language. but what are my intentions? It's not just because we had sex, I got to get these things. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Again, it goes back to my character. I feel like whatever the man does for me, I want it to be genuine. And don't be holding nothing over my head. And there are some women, you know why they do that? Because that's how they build up their assets and liabilities. Me, on the other hand, when I run out the stables, I'm doing it for Demetria. There's no one on the deed. It's just me. And I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I was able to get my own. No cosigner. No cosigner needed. But when you in a certain place in life, you don't know no different. You don't know no better. That's how you move. And they feel as though it's a come up. But what happens when someone can take that from you? Or what happens when someone genuinely likes you? Do you recognize when someone genuinely likes you, or do you push them away because they didn't leave with some money or a purse or trips or something like that?
At the end of the day, I hear what you're saying. I hear everything you're saying, Mr. Misha. But whoever's mother, whether it's their mother, their auntie, their older sister, their godmother, their cousins, whoever is teaching young women to have that mindset, you are teaching them to operate as a escort, and you are teaching them to operate as a prostitute. That's what it is at the end of the day. That's not my
Transactional.
opinion, because that's what those type of that's what women in those line of fields do. So if it's transactional, it's not genuine. And if it's transactional in our world, you are one of those things. So I'm gonna bring